Good evening and welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. I know it's not necessarily evening where you are right now, but it is where I am, so good evening. IceMan here, ready for another Raid Shadow Legends video. Tonight we're doing a 2x Ancients pull, and you know, I'm happy, I'm excited, life's good, let's get on with it. So we've got 110 shards to pull. We're not doing any on my alternate account, as my poor alternate account only has about 10 shards to pull, so it's not really worth going on there. And you know, I don't spend money on both accounts. The other one, I spend a little bit of money here and there when I really need to, but for the most part I don't spend money on the other account. So we're in this account and this account only tonight, folks. But we're not going to say that's all, folks, because we did that one before. Well, that was fun, so we might go that way.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Anyway, it's not all because we've still got the shards to pull, so let's get on with it, shall we? First 10 pop. We've got Space Cleared, Lady Atessa. I don't know if I've actually got this one. I can't remember when she came to the game, but I don't think I've actually got her, so let's take a look at her. I've got a funny thing she's an old character, but I might be wrong. But I don't think I have her. A bit of a sort of butch, looks like one of those characters from Devil May Cry or something like that, you know, similar sort of hairstyle and look to her, very anime. A1 Blessed Missile attacks one enemy, has a 25% chance of placing a block buff debuff for 2 turns. Raid 2 attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn, that can be booked up to 75. And Fiend Purge, I actually like the name of the attack, attacks one enemy with 2 random allies. Alright, so she's an epic ally attacker. I didn't know we actually had any of those, so maybe she's new. Damage inflicted by this champion and early allies joining this attack will be increased by 10% if the target is under a stun debuff. Allies joining the attack use their default skill. Yeah, interesting. I don't like the fact that the rest of her kit's all single target, to be fair. That's on a 4-turn cooldown. If you ain't got an allied champion, then yeah, I can see it being useful for you. I do, and I don't even use that one really, so you know, and I've even got 2 on my alternate account. Because on there I've got Lanicus I've not even built, and I've got Creeler. I was going to call her something else. Anyway, let's crack on with it. At least we've got a champ I don't think I've got, and I always like to get those. Ursin Ice Crusher, not a big fan. Canoness, not a good champ. Zana, she's actually got some uses, but not that I'd go out of my way to build her up. Old Hermit Jorg on this account, yes, I'm actually excited about that because I really like that champ, and I think he'll help my Orc faction. Because at the moment I think I'm using Shaman for that role, and I think he's just better. And then we've got plenty of other food, all epics, all ones I've got. But I'm happy that's 2 epics I think that I've not got, so that's actually pretty good for any pulling session. Pardon me, I got that frog in my throat again. I keep spitting him out, but he keeps jumping back in. I don't know what it is, you know. Adriel, not a huge fan. I don't really like the skin or the champion. Durang, we got. Come on, show us that gold, show us that gold. 110 shards, I can really feel some gold coming on. Missionary, I can't remember the last time I actually got a legendary out of Ancients, so I don't know where I stand with the Mercy system. Nothing but food. Doom Priest, decent champion, useful for certain areas. Oathbound. I don't know that I've actually got one on this account or not. Aox, there's a new champ for me. Tarshon, another new champ for me. Well, at least we're getting some new epics. Vargoth the Malformed, or obviously we all pretty much got him for free if you were in the game at the time. So let's take a look at Aox. I'm actually quite interested in this chap. Came out in one of the fairly recent patches, either just before or just after Christmas. His A1 Feathered Staff attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 10% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns. That's good for an A1. That can be booked up to 30% chance. 2 hit, not amazing but not bad. Law of Restoration is A2, attacks one enemy, heals all allies by 10% of their max HP, heals each ally by an extra 2.5% for each debuff on the target. If I recall, he's definitely a clan boss champion. He's got the poison on the A1, you've got the heals based off of debuffs on the target, and obviously the clan boss is one of those people that you have a lot of debuffs on if you can help it, and this is on a 3-turn cooldown. Is A3, places a 50% decrease attack debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Also has a 75% chance, 100 when booked, of decreasing each enemy's turn meter by 20%. Obviously that wouldn't affect on the clan boss. Places a 30% decreased crit rate debuff on the target for 2 turns if they have 50% or more turn meter after the turn meter decrease. So again, that doesn't really affect the clan boss. Interesting little ability, but I know it doesn't seem quite as good as I was hearing, to be fair, but reading is Steward of Time increases the duration of 2 random debuffs on the attacker by 1 turn when attacked. Occurs once per hit. This is why, because you've got the poison there, you've got the heals there, and he also has a sort of mini vizier thing on his passive. I don't think he'll be making my teams, to be honest, but I could see where a lot of people who don't have legendaries who increase duration and stuff, like I've got Septimus, who's fairly decent at it and hits hard besides, so I wouldn't take him out and put Aox in instead, even though it'd give me more poison, because I just don't know that he'd increase the debuffs enough, whereas Septimus, when he procs, although he has low chance, procs all the debuffs. What I really want is a vizier, but you know, if I get him, I'd be well chuffed. Ooh, and this is an interesting looking champ. Now that's a face only a mother could love. He kind of reminds me of somebody I've seen somewhere. Very grinny.
We will eat both your arms and then both of your legs, and then we will eat your face right off your head.
From something, I can't think what. Diabolical Hook attacks one enemy, has a 25% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn. Well, that's pretty decent, and that can book up to 35. The A2 Soul Shrivel attacks all enemies and has a 100% when booked chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. That's pretty decent. Demonic Possession, it places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns, fills the turn meters of all allies by 20%. Yeah, he sounds pretty decent. I mean, not amazing, but certainly I could see there are places that he'd be useful. This can be booked from a 6-turn cooldown down to a 4-turn cooldown. His passive, Back for More, places a 25% strengthen buff on this champion for 2 turns whenever the HP drops below 50%. So he's a bit sort of tanky. He's a defensive champion anyway. Got the attacks all enemies weaken. Puts a provoke out there. Yeah, he's not a bad champ. Again, I've got champs I'd use in place of for the sort of places I can think where I'd use him. I've recently managed to get myself War Chief, who's a really great provoker, so he's the one I'll be using in those sort of places. Oh, I can never pronounce this one. Sepulchre Sentinel, or however you say it. Lost track of how many we've done there. Probably about halfway through. And Gwynia, already got it, done a guide on it. If you're interested, take a look, I'll post it over there. Decent champ. Not amazing, but decent. But yeah, for, you know, cleansing and stuff like that, she's got some decent moves. Could do with her on my ult. Is it my ult? Actually, I could use her for yeah, the spider. Dark Elhain, already got her. Actually got her mostly ascended and nearly finished off to 60. And that looks like that's our lot. So, unfortunately, 110 shards in and we did not get any gold. Which is really annoying, to say the least. But we did get some epics I've not gotten, which I do like, and that is great news. Obviously we can't get a legendary in every one, and I'm not going to rage pull these chaps. I might rage buy a few extra shards. Okay, so we rage bought 7 shards, and we'll do it without single pulls, and that's going to be it. I'm not doing any more than that. Phoenix, reasonably decent champion by all accounts, looks pretty cool, like some sort of swashbuckling pirate chap.
Scarlet! Giselle. What? Anna Maria. None of that one, is it? Where's Rum gone? You will always remember this as the day that you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow.
Not to be confused with that swashbuckling pirate chap. Yes! 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 Okay, not the most epic champion going, I will say. However, she is one of the fastest speed farmers out there. I already have a champ that I use, but he is not a 6 or 7 second speed farmer. And it's another legendary that I do not have. And I'm always happy to get a legendary I don't have, no matter where I'm going to use them. So let's take a quick look at her. Queen Eva, Dark Elves, and she'll almost certainly help in my my Faction Wars team. And I'm still working towards finishing that. I think I've only actually finished 2 of the factions, so you know I'm always happy to get legendaries for every faction because they usually help quite a bit. I have to say I really love the aesthetic here. Obviously we know who she looks like that lady over there. Only that one's prettier, to be fair. I kind of wish they'd gone that route with her a bit more, but that might be copying a little bit too much. Let's take a quick look at her kit since we got her. Cauterize attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a 100% heal reduction. Debuff for 2 turns. Ancient Curse attacks one enemy 2 times. Enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived. So we've got a block revive. So I mean I've already got one anyway, but it's nice to have another block revive champion that actually is from a different affinity, because you can use that, and this can be booked down to 3 turns, and you can increase the damage. Then we've got big money ability, I think it is. Array 3. Energy Drain, Ascended skill, attacks all enemies, decreases the turn meter by 20%, resets the cooldowns on each of this champion's skill if any target is killed, has an extra 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit. So I think you can actually get away with building her with lower crit, especially if she's in the lead for your farming, since she comes with an ally crit rate in all battles by 19%, so you probably bring her crit rate down even further, which is cool. So you can build her out, do some nice damage without having to build a crit rate up so high. So yeah, we're excited there, we're happy. It's on a 5 turn cooldown, books down to 4, and you can increase the damage by 25%. And let's carry on, shall we? Might as well pull them all. So it was worth getting those last 7 shards. But not for her. Not a big fan. Not a huge fan of the aesthetic, not a huge fan of the champion's abilities. And our last pull, what do we get? Rough stone, okay. Anyway, so that's the video in a nutshell. Some great pulls there. We definitely got some interesting epics. Epics I've not got before. An epic that I really wanted that I've already done a guide on my alternate account. A big help for the faction, for Faction Wars. And actually I use them in Pre-V3 on my alternate account. I doubt it'd make that situation on this account, to be fair. He will probably almost certainly just be Faction Wars for me on this account, and Faction Rooms in the Doom Tower. However, he is still a cool character, and I'll probably still build him up when I get the chance, because I think he's better than Shaman, who I've gone out of my way not to build too high because I don't like her, and it's not worth it for the single revive that she brings. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please hit that thumbs up button. It lets YouTube know that it's a good video and more people should watch it. And if you did like this video and you've watched any of my other videos, please hit that subscribe button and you'll get notified next time I release one. Thanks for watching. Bye.